Vidyavana guniyati chatura, Rama kaja kari beko atura. We saw there are two qualities of Hanumanji which always go together. One is the quality of Vidya, knowledge, which speaks mainly to the intellect. Whenever this person thinks about some topic, there is something unique about the way in which he thinks. Any topic for that matter. That is the role of Vidya. On the other hand, this person also has Guna. Guna is something which speaks to the heart. This point we had seen in the last session also, that you might have a very intellectual discussion, but sometimes you might get agitated after that discussion. And you wonder what happened. We did not, get into any kind of different topic. Same topic we discussed. We say the one who entered in that discussion was our Abhimana. When that Abhimana enters, even a simple work becomes a chore for us. We have to drag ourselves in and through that. And we ourselves wonder, why am I doing this? So really speaking, there is nothing wrong with the work. Same work, when everything was good, it gave us joy. But when that Abhimana comes, or Guna part is lacking, that is when the same karma can appear as Ghora karma. This is what Arjuna starts in 3rd chapter. Tat kim karmani ghore mam. Why are you pushing me in Ghora karma? That is the role of Guna, that is the importance of Guna, that it will save us from getting burnt out by actions. In fact, the main purpose of doing any action is to bring that Guna inside. Outer victory through action in the spiritual path doesn't have much meaning. Outer accomplishments through action in the spiritual path doesn't have much thing to do. In and through that action, if these gunas can come, that is true victory for a spiritual seeker. That is our Hanumanji, Vidyavana guniyati chatura. Rama kaja kari beko atura. Very enthusiastic to do different actions. Different action meaning, in general, he is enthusiastic about life. You must have heard Sadhu Vaswaniji's name, great saint. He would say one thing which I vividly remember. He said, you will have one group of people, you give them one problem, they'll give you 10 solutions. And you'll have another group of people, you give them one solution, they'll give you 10 problems. He said we should be the first category. That is the spirit of enthusiasm. If somebody can tell us 5 reasons why it cannot be done, he said, I can add 5 more reasons. But you tell me one reason how it can be done. That is the mindset of a karma yogi. Rama kaja kari beko atura. Every action he sees in a new light, always enthusiastic about doing that thing. And if somebody is a karma yogi, their goals, their sankalpa, those always will be good sankalpas only. It is said, if we get some erroneous sankalpa, there our mind should put a lot of obstacles. It should not get enthusiastic to implement it if it is some kind of erroneous sankalpa. But if we can get good sankalpa, there this mind should be very enthusiastic. It's a great accomplishment, great stage in our spiritual sadhana to remain in that state of mind. Rama kaja kari beko atura. This is what we had seen in the last session. all different facets about goal also we had seen. I think you all take some notes, right? So you remember what we had discussed. It's helpful to take at least the key points. That way it's not a blank slate, what we discussed last time. So we had seen goal should be lovable, achievable, and fulfilling. If these three qualities are there, we ourselves will be inspired, enthusiastic towards that goal. And we had seen inspiration minus devotion equals exhaustion. Lot of enthusiasm is there, but we don't have the devotion or some support to go through ups and downs. I say very quickly we'll get burnt out by that work. No matter what goal it is, everything will come with its own share of challenges, ups and downs. So inspiration minus devotion is exhaustion. Inspiration plus devotion brings transformation. Something unique will open up. It will fulfill the third criteria of the goal, which is fulfillment. So all this are facets of that same Chaupayi. Now let us see the next one. This is also about Hanumanji. Not very happy with the sound today. Little bit louder if we can. Yeah. Hari Om, Hari Om. Next one is of Hanumanji, how he loves to do Shravanam of Bhagavad Katha. प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया, प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया, राम लखन मन बसिया, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। प्रभु चरित्र सुनि बेको रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया. Hanumanji is somebody who not only listens to Prabhu Charitra, but also takes delight in Bhagwan's glory. First word to pay attention here is Charitra. Charitra means something which Bhagwan does when he takes avatar. One thing is called as Leela, another is called as Charitra. Leela is something which is very specific only for avatar. Human beings cannot attempt it. Bhagwan doing rasa, that rasa is called as rasa Leela. Only Bhagwan Krishna should do it. Shukdevji Maharaj writes over there. He says this is a Leela, only Bhagwan Krishna should do it. Bhagwan showing the entire Brahmanda to Yashodaji, that is Leela. We cannot attempt to replicate that kind of Leela. On the other hand, Charitra means when certain situations came in front of Bhagwan, how did he respond? What did he do such that he faced that particular situation? That is called as Charitra. And Charitra is for a sadhaka to emulate, not only appreciate. He says, oh, Bhagwan did this because he is Bhagwan. Bhagwan did that so that we all can look at it, meditate, contemplate, and get those qualities in our life. Somebody whom we revere, natural curiosity comes, how did they live? And you want to listen more about their life, their experiences. All of that is Charitra of that Mahatma. For example, if somebody is devoted to Guru, Puja Gurudev, we all have that reverence for him. Now, natural question will come, how did he live? What all things did he do? And listening to that gives a lot of joy. Bhagavan Rama ji, when somebody came to him and asked this type of question, suddenly thought comes, how did he respond? When some kind of physical pain was there in his body, how did he go through that pain? All of that is their charitra. Like that, Bhagavan, when he takes avatar, he also does charitra so that all of us can strive to emulate those qualities. This our Hanumanji so dearly enjoys listening to the charitra of Bhagavan Rama. I mean, charitra should not be of any jiva. Prabhu charitra. If at all you want to praise, praise the Lord. If at all you want to reflect on glories of somebody, that should be of Bhagavan. Prabhu charitra suni beko rasiya. Rasiya means he doesn't listen just for information. He listens with lot of delight, takes rasa. There are people who will sit in a music concert. Just because everybody else has come, they'll be there and they'll sit. Sometimes we'll not know when to clap. When everybody claps, you say, okay, this is the time probably, we'll also start clapping. But if somebody is a rasika, there also we use the word, rasika, they will appreciate the nuances of that performance. And that rasa did not come overnight. This is one of the most important facets of rasa. Rasa is as though our inner controller, where our mind goes, where our body will be led. All of that is decided by this rasa. If there is rasa for something, even if you put 10 outside restrictions, mind will still go in that thing. Because you cannot help it. The inner controller, the one who pervades every thought, that is this rasa. That's why sometimes when you are too much into any sport and you are at work, game is going on. No matter how much we know, if there is some important thing coming up, meeting is there, still we will find some time to see the score, to sneak out and catch a glimpse. The one who is driving us there is our rasa. And the irony is, this rasa is not available to us directly. It's an unmanifest thing. If you find rasa to be little new, replace it with the word vasana. Vasana word we have heard in many places. So that rasa is the same as vasana. It can come for Vishaya also. It can come from Bhagavad Katha also. So Hanumanji is somebody who takes rasa in listening to Bhagavan's glory. Another important facet of rasa is, it will come only when we repeat something continuously. Sometimes what we feel is, if you repeat something, it becomes monotonous. You say, oh, Bhagavad Gita, I have studied so many times. Why should I study it again? Our scriptures say, only when you study multiple times will you start getting rasa in that thing. And this is true with anything. Even if you are into music, what they call as riyaz. First day we don't get our mind totally immersed in music. First day it's a drag sometimes to come and attend that music class. But if mind can get rasa in that particular thing, I say that is the best way for this mind to stay in that topic. Prabhu Charitra suni beko rasiya. Kalidas ji, he has written one prayer, Mangalacharanam. He says, Bhagwan, give me any punishment I will take. But please don't have me present my poetry in front of arasikas. Means people who don't appreciate poetry, may that day not come when I have to chant my poetry in front of them. And there are so many devotees in different texts who will embody this particular line, Prabhu Charitra Sunibeko Rasya. Srimad Bhagavatam, the main speaker in Srimad Bhagavatam is Shukdevji Maharaj. And the main Shrota, main listener is Parikshitji Maharaj. Although there were so many people who listened, but one who took rasa and listened was only Parikshitji. That's why he is called as Mukhya Shrota. There is one question answer in between where Shukdevji Maharaj says, it's been a long time, 2 days almost, you have been continuously listening to Katha. Please take some break, eat some food, drink something and come back. Shukdevji Maharaj says, until 7 days, nothing is going to happen to me. My curse is, on the 7th day, Takshaka will come. So before that, I will not die of hunger, I will not die of thirst. So please continue your Katha. I am getting so much rasa, don't interrupt in between. If somebody reaches this stage, it's one form of devotion. Navada Bhakti, the first devotion is Prathama Bhagati Santanakara Sangha. Means he starts doing satsang, sits in Katha, listens to Bhagavad Katha. But the second one is Dusari Rati Mama Katha Prasanga. Second stage is taking delight in that Katha. And when that happens, you say Bhagavan has started entering into the sadhaka's heart. Means Bhagavan's Leelas have started entering and it is making an image of the Lord in the sadhaka's heart. Just like our vasanas pulled us for some Vishaya, for some sense object, so many miles away, at so many odd hours. In the same way, Bhagavad Katha also will pull him several miles away. No matter which time he gets to listen, he'll make sure that he is available for that Katha. I think I had mentioned it here. I don't know where I mentioned what. So if it is already mentioned, you listen again. One Katha I had gone, thinking that our Katha is what? 1 hour. You start at one time, end at one time. Now this Katha, it started. And the speaker came after 1 hour. Until that time, all bhajan was going on, orchestra was there, people were singing slowly. Then he came and sat. Then slowly one Chaupayi they picked. That Chaupayi sang for 5 minutes. One line only. Slowly he sang multiple times. And then started Katha. In between there was question answer. So 1 hour it went on to 2 hour, 3 hour. I thought sometime it will end. 4.5 hours, session 1. Session 2 in the evening, another 4.5 hours. But what was so nice to see is a devotion of people. Means they didn't have any other commitment. They said, he is coming here only for 7 days. That much time, close everything else and come. And whatever is our blessing from Bhagavan, means whatever he has blessed us with, we will serve that Katha with that ability. So whoever was into food business, they say food for entire 100,000 people is on us. Somebody was into all the other arrangements and everything. So that is how these kathas, they come about. And it's very nice to see that Shraddha, nice to see that faith. But the most important part is taking rasa in that katha. Rama Lakhana Sita Mana Basiya. Hanumanji is somebody, if you look in his heart, you must have seen the picture, right? Hanumanji opening his heart, and inside he sees Bhagavan Rama, Sitaji and Lakshmanji. Rama Lakhana Sita Mana Basiya. The symbolic meaning of heart there is mind. Means if you open Hanumanji's mind, you will not find world there. If you open Hanumanji's mind, we will find Bhagavan Rama, who symbolizes knowledge. We will find Lakshmanji, who symbolizes dispassion. And we will find Sitaji, who embodies devotion. So through that Rama Katha, these three things have entered into that devotee's heart. Clarity of knowledge about what is my true nature. What is the nature of this world? At the same time, dispassion. What is the point in having knowledge and no dispassion? Today morning we were seeing, right, so many reviews, recaps. I know that this is silver appearing in the shell, but I still am tempted to go and take that silver. What if it is real silver? So knowledge without dispassion doesn't make sense. If I know that everything here is an appearance, there should be no temptation to go behind those things. So that is symbolized by Lakshmanji. Along with Bhagavan Rama, who is knowledge, Lakshmanji symbolizes dispassion. In Lakshman Gita, this is one indication of knowledge. Janya tabahi jiva jaba jaga. Saba taba bishaya bilasa biraga. What is the litmus test that knowledge has taken place? He says litmus test of knowledge is dispassion towards sense objects. On one hand, we cannot say there is knowledge also. I know that this thing is an appearance, and on another hand, we are going after that object which is an appearance. Think of it this way. If you put a finger on the eye and look at the moon, one moon appears as two, right? These are classical examples from Vedanta. Now, what is the reality of the second moon? Is it real or unreal? Unreal. Now, I say that it is unreal, and I am making plans to go there. He says that means your knowledge is not firm yet. Means you still think there is something called a second moon, giving reality to it, and then going after it. So that's why with knowledge, what one needs is dispassion also. And third one, which is expression of knowledge in transaction, that is devotion. Means knowledge should sweeten our transactions, and nothing in the transactional world should become a worry. That is the third one. Somebody who has done Shravanam, who has done Satsang, that person will get all three qualities: knowledge, dispassion, and devotion. Okay. Next one is a very important Chaupayi. Okay, let's see what it is. सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा, सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। This portion is when Hanumanji goes to meet Sitaji in Lanka. Ravana had kept Sitaji in a garden called as Ashoka Vatika. But there he would do so many things such that Sitaji would be in Shoka. Name of Vatika is Ashoka. But Sitaji living there is in so much sorrow. Time and again he would go and threaten her. Time and again go and do some kind of maya. He would say, Bhagavan Rama is no more. You have to come with me now. And Sitaji, she was so firm in her resolve. He says, one mistake I made of going against Bhagavan Rama, insulting Lakshmanji and coming away. Now I am not going to do any other mistake. She is constantly looking at her feet and her mind is in Bhagavan Rama. So much so that Ravana has no power in front of Sitaji. He says whatever he wants to say, but Sitaji is very, very firm. She says, oh Ravana, you are like a glowworm and my Bhagavan Rama is like the sun. And you are telling me to look up and see you. He says, lotus doesn't bloom in the light of a glowworm. Only if Bhagavan Rama comes, and he will come, that is when I am going to go with him, not with anybody else. Then Ravana had come with Mandodari and everybody. She convinces Ravana, don't push too hard right now. Let us go back. So she takes Ravana away. But Sitaji, her mind is in so much sorrow. Everything that Ravana had said is still in her mind. And then she starts looking at different things around and she is praying. There is so much of anxiety inside, so much of agitation inside. She says, why doesn't this fire come and burn this body? She's looking up, she finds stars, moon. She says this moon also has some kind of fire. Why doesn't it come and burn this physical body so that I'm not in that sorrow anymore? Hanumanji sees all this. He says, I have to do something now. Rama nama guna barane laga, sunata hi Sita shrama dukha bhaga. Hanumanji starts singing the glory of Bhagavan Rama and his guna is so powerful. Bhagavan's glory is so powerful, just by listening to it, Sitaji's all sorrows go away. And then Sitaji, while she is listening to this, Hanumanji drops that mudrika, the ring that Bhagavan Rama had sent, he drops it. And then Sitaji is reassured that everything is not over yet. Some hope is there, Bhagavan will still come. Then Hanumanji comes in front in the same little form, like a mosquito, he comes in front and tells Sitaji, O mother, I am Ramaduta. I have been sent here by Bhagavan Rama. Don't worry, Bhagavan just did not know where you were. He will come, he will finish all the Rakshasas, we all will come with him, everything we will do and take you back. Sitaji first says, you are saying all such tall things. Every other Vanara is same size as you. Because how will they come and fight these Rakshasas? He says, mother, that you don't worry. Suddenly he takes Parvatakara, becomes very big. Having seen that form, Sitaji is again reassured. He says, this is not ordinary monkey. He is the messenger of my Bhagavan Rama. Then Hanumanji, after accomplishing all the work, giving the message and everything, he says, Mother, now I am feeling little hungry. Can I eat some fruits from the neighboring garden? Sitaji is mother after all. She says, eat as much as you want, but be careful of this Rakshasas. Hanumanji says, that I am not worried. Rakshasas, I am not at all worried. I am only concerned, you should not feel bad that somebody came from Bhagavan Rama's side and suddenly started eating something. That should not happen. Now see the irony. Huh? To whom did the Vatika belong to? Ravana. And from whom is Hanumanji seeking permission? Sitaji. One Mahatmaji says, Hanumanji sought the permission from the right person. Sitaji is Jagadamba, Divine Mother. Every garden belongs to her only. Ravana thought, this garden is mine. Named it after him, wanted to take control of that garden. Hanumanji says, I will ask permission from the right master. And then when he gets permission from Sitaji, goes and finishes all the fruits along with many Rakshasas. There are 2 times these Vanaras fight. First time is in Ashok Vatika. Second time is in Sugriva's Vatika. When everybody comes back, before meeting Sugriva, they say, we are very hungry, let us eat something in this Vatika. But second Vatika, there are no casualties. First Vatika, whichever Rakshasa comes, Hanumanji finishes that Rakshasa. That is this Chaupayi, just hinting that prasanga, Sukshma Rupadhari Siyahi Dikhava. If we know somebody is in sorrow, at that time, Hanumanji is as though guiding us. How should we support that person? First of all, giving strength through the support of Ramakatha. Means any of Bhagwan's glory, on the strength of that, giving support. And the second one is becoming small. Bikata Rupa Dhari Lanka Jarava. At the same time, he can become big and burn the entire Lanka. See, every facet of Sundarkand, every facet of Hanuman Chalisa has one literal meaning, which will come from the story. But there is a symbolic layer of meaning for all these prasanga. Recently we had a high schoolers retreat rooted in Rama. So we had taken one session on parenting and different topics we had picked. How to handle teenage rebellion, how to deal with quest for autonomy. Both groups want it. Child also wants it, parents also want it. How to deal with cultural incompatibility. Where to draw the line. All perspectives from Hanuman Chalisa only. Questions are different, but perspectives we are seeking from Hanuman Chalisa. When it comes to parenting, there's a beautiful sadhana pointer here. It is that there are moments when our message is not getting across. There are times when no matter how much logic you use, how much rationale you give, how many examples you bring, none of those points get across. At that time, we should remember Hanumanji. How Hanumanji took Sukshma Rupa, like that the sadhaka should take Sukshma Rupa. So becoming small as physical form, only Hanumanji can do. But we can become small in our opinions. And that itself is a great sadhana to get Ramakaja done. There are 2 types of things which people will ask us to do. One category will fall under adharma. Meaning if somebody comes and says, speak a lie. Somebody else is asking me, but it is adharma. Second one is, somebody might come and say, don't sit here, sit here. Now that second thing is not adharma. It is just against my opinion. I want to sit here, somebody else is telling me, don't sit here, sit here. It says the sadhaka is somebody who has trained his mind to make his opinion small and do that which is good for a larger group. And we know in our own life, if 5 people are living together, at every step there are different challenges, different opinions we have to deal with. And these are simple choices. I'm not talking about some very deep choices. What kind of dress we should wear? Which color? Where should we go to eat? You see, there can be so many opinions. But for a larger good, if we are able to make our opinion small, that sadhaka's mind will become stronger and stronger. This point we had elaborately seen in our Shiva Sankalpa Suktam, where we spoke or discussed about total mind. Means we feel whatever opinions are coming, all of them are random. But a devotee understands there is one mind which is total mind, Bhagavan's mind, and that mind speaks through us through individual minds. So as long it is not adharma, you say it is helpful to create some ability to make our opinion small. In fact, that is the only thing which can keep people together. They say we should know which battles to pick. And many a times we pick those battles which are very trivial and end up losing on bigger things. But the one who is able to stay focused and grounded, that person is a devotee who can take Sukshma Rupa. If we take Sukshma Rupa, we should not stay Sukshma all the time. That sadhaka should have the ability to take a firm stand also. One who can take Sukshma Rupa can also become Vikata Rupa. And Vikata Rupa represents decisiveness. And you will notice there are so many decisions in life. We will wait for somebody else to take. And like this we'll realize, waiting, that opportunity has gone, that time has gone. And later on there are more regrets. Oh, I should have done this, I did not do it. He says at that time, this sadhaka has the ability to take Vikata Rupa. So that we see in Hanumanji. He can become a team player also, he can become a leader also. We saw this in the previous prasanga, Kishkinda Kanda. When they start the search, he is a team player silently walking. But when the team needs him, he is not always small. He can take Vikata Rupa also. That is the Chaupayi, Vikata Rupa Dhari Lanka Jarava, Sukshma Rupa Dhari Siyahi Dikhava. More we will see in the next session. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.